Have you ever felt like money slips through your fingers no matter how hard you try? As if there's an invisible barrier between you and the life you want to live? This blockage isn't a coincidence. It's stagnant energy. And when energy gets stuck, abundance stops flowing. But there's a simple, ancient way to unblock this flow. A method that requires only something you already have at home and your own hands. In this video, you'll learn a powerful ritual used by different cultures over the centuries to cleanse the energy that keeps you from prosperity. It's practical, accessible, and doesn't require any specific belief. Just your presence and intention. Because prosperity isn't just a full bank account. It's breathing without a weight on your chest. It's seeing opportunities arise naturally. It's not living on the edge. When you understand this, you begin to realize that it's not the world blocking you. It's the field around you that needs to be renewed. And that's where the power of your hands comes in. You touch, create, care, but you also carry, absorb, and block. When we use our hands consciously, we can transform a simple gesture into a true channel of cleansing and energetic attraction. And there's a detail that most people ignore, a subtle but essential element that enhances this ritual and turns it into a truly effective practice. This secret, which I'll reveal at the end of the video, is what makes this technique something memorable and transformative. Stay with me until the end, not because of an empty promise, but because you deserve to experience what it's like to live without weight, without blocks, and with the lightness of someone who allows abundance to finally enter. Now that you understand what might be blocking your prosperity, let's do something together. In the comments below, write, "Mis manos son un canal para la abundancia." This phrase, besides being symbolic, is a way to give energetic permission for the flow of prosperity to start moving in your life. It may seem simple, but psychology has already shown that the repeated writing of affirmations strengthens neural connections and changes the way your brain interprets your reality. When you comment on this phrase, you're not just interacting with the video, you're sealing a commitment with yourself. And if you feel that this content can help other people, like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who also needs to release the energy of abundance. The energy you send out comes back. By spreading this message, you expand this positive vibration and create a current of transformation. This channel is more than a space for videos. It's a collective energetic field. Every like, every comment, every new subscriber increases this frequency. And when you participate, even with a simple click, you connect to this wave of change. If you've tried everything, courses, books, affirmations, complex techniques, and still feel that something is stuck, maybe what's missing isn't more content, but a simple symbolic gesture, a small action aligned with your intention. And that's what we're going to do together here. In the next few minutes, you'll understand the true power of the energy in your hands and how an element as common as salt can become your ally to transform your reality. So write in the comments now, "Mis manos son un canal para la abundancia. Like this video, subscribe to the channel and let's continue together in this process. Because sometimes what unlocks everything is exactly what seemed too small to make a difference. In Buddhism, there's a fundamental principle. The energy you emit shapes the world around you. It's not about superstition, but about consciousness. Every thought, gesture, and word creates vibrations that affect not only you, but also everything that touches your life. And that's why simple practices, like cleansing rituals, are so valued in various cultures. The goal isn't to please a god, but to clean the internal channel, so that the universe's natural abundance can flow to you without interference. In Eastern, African, and even ancient Christian traditions, salt repeatedly appears as a symbol of purification and protection. It's used to ward off bad influences, balance environments, and restore personal energy. And why? Because salt has a crystalline structure, is highly conductive, and acts as a true energetic catalyst. You may have seen someone throw salt over their shoulder, leave bowls of salt in the corners of the house, or use it in baths. These gestures, repeated for centuries, carry a power that goes beyond tradition. They function as psychological and vibrational anchors. But it's not just the salt that matters. It's your hands that activate this power. In various cultures, hands are seen as sacred instruments. They heal, protect, create, and also release. When we unite these two elements, salt and hands, we have one of the most direct and effective tools to renew our personal energy. And soon, you'll understand how this applies in practice through the real story of someone who went through a profound transformation after adopting this simple ritual. But first, I want you to feel the weight of this ancestral connection. You're not just watching a video. You're accessing knowledge passed down from generation to generation. Knowledge that was silenced, forgotten, or devalued, but still works. And now, it can work for you too. Laura had a life like many people. She woke up early, did her tasks, was responsible, but lived with a constant feeling of scarcity, not just financial, emotional, energetic. It was as if something was always stuck. She used to say, "It's like walking around with an invisible backpack full of rocks that I can't take off." Everything took effort: paying bills, maintaining mental health, dealing with unstable relationships, feeling in control of her own life. Nothing flowed. Then, in a casual conversation with a friend, she heard about the salt and hands ritual. At first, she thought it was weird. She wasn't spiritual, nor did she believe in that kind of thing, but there was something in the simplicity of the gesture and in the desperation she felt that made her try it. That night, alone in her room with a bowl of salt in her hand stretched out, Laura did what seemed silly. She set her intention, took a deep breath, and followed the steps you'll learn later in this video. As she rubbed the salt in her hands, she thought, "If this doesn't work, at least I tried." In the days that followed, something curious began to happen. Small coincidences, opportunities she didn't expect, invitations, returning clients, an inexplicable sense of lightness. For the first time in months, She slept without that tightness in her chest. It wasn't magic. It was a shift in energy. It was focus, presence, and cleansing. Soon enough, she adopted the ritual as part of her routine, and more than that, realized that something inside her had changed. The ritual didn't change the world outside. It changed what she was projecting. Today, Laura speaks with a different energy. Her voice is steadier. She no longer lives waiting for a miracle because she understood that the miracle begins with how you position yourself energetically. And her story could be yours, because what works isn't the salt, it isn't the words, it's the combination of intention, action, and awareness. And now that you know this, you can apply it too. Now that you've heard Laura's story, it's important to understand why the ritual works and why it's more than a popular superstition. Salt has unique properties. It's crystalline, conductive, and hygroscopic. In other words, it absorbs water and energetically also absorbs invisible densities. In many cultures, it's considered a natural purifier, capable of cleansing not only spaces, but also subtle fields, like our vibrational field. In Japanese tradition, for example, salt is used at temple entrances to ward off impure energies. In African rituals, it appears as an element of release and balance. In early Christianity, it was a symbol of incorruptibility. In other words, salt is a point of convergence among cultures, beliefs, and eras, a true archetype of purification. But salt, on its own, has no power. It's the intention, directed through the hands, that activates its potential. Our hands are the extension of our field of action. They shape, touch, deliver, hold. In Eastern practices like Reiki, they are seen as channels of universal energy. And even without spiritual training, your body knows this. You instinctively put your hand to your chest when you feel pain, or to your face when you're distressed. Now imagine doing that with intention, with awareness, with energetic direction. By rubbing salt into your hands with focus, you're telling your body and your mind, I'm cleansing, I'm releasing, I'm reopening space for the new. This combination of physical movement, ancestral symbol, and conscious intention creates a deep psychological and energetic trigger. It's like resetting your field, clearing away invisible residues of fear, guilt, scarcity, or stagnation. And all this happens in just a few minutes. That's why, when you do the ritual, don't do it like a robot repeating steps. Do it like someone breaking free, like someone opening up to what should already be theirs by right. A life where the flow starts running again, where abundance finds room to arrive. Before we begin the ritual, you need to create a space, not just physical, but internal. Because what's going to happen here doesn't only depend on what you do, but on the state you're in while doing it. Choose a quiet place. It could be your bedroom, your living room, or even the bathroom. What matters is that you're alone and present. Turn off your phone, close the door, take a deep breath. Grab a handful of salt, coarse or fine, whatever you have, and place it in a clean container. This represents the raw material of the earth, ready to be activated by your energy. Now look at your hands. These hands carry stories, touches, creations, frustrations, resistances, They've held fear, work, effort, and now they're about to be set free. Before touching the salt, close your eyes for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and visualize a door opening inside you. This door leads to a state where anything is possible, where there is no fear, no rush, only flow. This visualization is essential. The mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. If you feel that you are releasing, the body believes it. If the body believes it, it responds. And when that happens, your vibration truly begins to change. Now think about what you want to cleanse. Don't say it out loud. Just feel it. It could be scarcity, insecurity, doubt, resentment, exhaustion. Name it in your mind. Then think about what you want to attract. Stability, confidence, freedom, opportunities, peace. This clarity of intention transforms the ritual into a powerful realignment tool. It's not the salt that does the magic. It's you. The salt only conducts. Many make the mistake of skipping this step, thinking the ritual begins when you touch the salt. But the truth is, the ritual begins now, in the silence, in the breath, in the conscious gaze toward yourself. You're not just cleansing your hands, you're clearing the path. And now, yes, you're ready. With the salt in front of you and your intention already set, now it's time to begin. Place both hands into the container of salt. Close your eyes for a few seconds and feel the texture. Cool, rough, dense. The salt represents matter. You represent consciousness. And now the two meet to release everything that no longer serves. Begin rubbing your hands gently without haste, as if awakening something dormant. Feel the sound of the grains, the friction, the resistance. As you do this, repeat mentally, or in a low voice if you prefer. Limpio mis manos, limpio mi camino. Limpio mis manos, limpio mi camino. This phrase is more than an affirmation. It's a direct command to your subconscious mind, and it understands. Keep rubbing your hands, but now with the focus on releasing. Visualize stagnant energy flowing out through your fingers. Everything that was stuck, hardened, begins to loosen. Old pains, inherited fears, scarcity beliefs, all being removed like dust that no longer belongs to you. Now, open your hands toward the sky or a window, as if offering what you no longer need to carry. Take a deep breath and say, Mis manos ya no retienen el miedo, solo reciben abundancia. Repeat once more, feeling every word. Mis manos ya no retienen el miedo, solo reciben abundancia. Take a clean cloth or towel and gently dry your hands. No rush, as if saying goodbye to what has passed. Don't wash with water just yet. The salt residue on your skin symbolizes the protection now surrounding you. This ritual can be done anytime you feel something is blocked, when you're anxious or insecure, or when you want to align with a new beginning. Don't underestimate the power of this gesture. Small rituals, when done with presence, have the power to transform realities. Because you're not just cleansing your hands, you're preparing to receive. Now that you've completed the ritual, take a moment to notice how you feel. Maybe there's silence, maybe a subtle lightness, or maybe just the certainty that something shifted, even if you can't yet name what. This is the ideal moment to seal this new energy with a symbolic gesture of affirmation. Return to the comments and write, "Limpio mis manos, limpio mi camino." This phrase is not just repetition. It is the continuation of what you began. When you write, you anchor. When you share, you vibrate. And when you vibrate, you attract. If this ritual made sense to you, even subtly, even as a good feeling you can't explain, like this video now, that helps keep this content circulating and spreading this energy to more people who need it. And more, subscribe to the channel. Because here, every video is designed as a point of reconnection with what we've forgotten in the midst of chaos, our ability to turn the invisible into reality. Share this video with someone who feels stuck, blocked, exhausted. Sometimes, a simple practice like this can be the first step toward a deep change. Remember, the energy you give to the world is the same energy that returns. By commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing, you're strengthening not just this space, but your own intention to stay connected to the flow of abundance. And this doesn't end here. In the next few minutes, you'll discover practical ways to use salt in daily life to keep your energy clean and active. Small habits, easy to apply, that create protection and flow without interrupting your routine. But before that, write in the comments right now with full presence. Limpio mis manos, limpio mi camino. Feel the words as if they are opening a new cycle, because they are. The ritual you just performed is powerful, but it doesn't have to be limited to special moments. Salt can and should be part of your routine as a silent ally for energetic cleansing. Here are a few simple and effective ways to use salt in your daily life. 1. Salt in the corners of the house, one of the oldest and most effective practices. Place a small handful of salt on a saucer in the 4 main corners of your home. This helps absorb tension and block the entry of heavy energies. Change the salt every 7 days, and when discarding it, throw it into running water, never in the dry trash. This symbolizes the total release of what was absorbed. 2. Salt foot soak. If you can't take a full coarse salt bath, do this instead. At the end of the day, soak your feet in a basin with warm water and a spoonful of salt. While doing this, take deep breaths and imagine that everything in excess is being pulled out of your body through your feet. It's a simple practice that relaxes, cleanses, and rebalances your field. 3. Small salt pouch in your purse or wallet. Carrying a pouch of sea salt in your pocket or bag is an old custom used for personal protection. It acts as a subtle shield, preventing you from absorbing unwanted energies in heavy environments. It's discreet and works as a silent reminder of your intention to stay balanced. These small actions keep your vibration aligned effortlessly. They're like energetic micro-habits, simple but transformative. And there's more. There's a natural ingredient that, when combined with salt, takes the ritual's power to another level. It's something easy to find, with a fresh scent and instant energy activating properties. This combination is used in ancestral rituals to open paths quickly and elevate personal vibration. And in the next segment, I'll show you exactly how to use it, step by step, along with the salt, to amplify everything you've already activated today. Stay with me. You'll understand why this detail makes all the difference. If salt cleanses, mint opens and activates. It's been used for centuries in rituals for opening paths, mental clarity, and energetic expansion. The fresh aroma of mint stimulates the nervous system and elevates your vibrational frequency almost instantly. To enhance the ritual, simply add a few fresh mint leaves to the container of salt before starting. Rub your hands as you did before, but now inhale the mint aroma deeply between each repetition of the affirmation. You'll feel the difference immediately. The body responds, the mind opens, and the feeling of renewal intensifies. This practice can be done once a week, preferably on Mondays. A symbol of new beginnings in many cultures, repetition creates habit, and habit creates a new baseline frequency. Don't wait until you feel off to do it. Keep your field clean and receptive. And at the end, say with intention, abro caminos, activo mi energía, recibo con gratitud. If you can, share in the comments how you plan to include this ritual in your routine. Sharing strengthens the practice and inspires those just starting out. Sometimes, what you need isn't a big external change, but a small internal realignment. You don't need luck, magical signs, or to wait for the world to change. You just need to remember what you already carry: presence, intention, and power. What you did today may seem simple: rubbing salt on your hands, taking a deep breath, repeating a few phrases. But if you were fully present in the process, what happened was much greater. You told the universe you're ready to let go of the old, make space for the new, and reconnect with the abundance that was always yours, but had been buried under layers of fear, exhaustion, haste, and doubt. This practice is just the beginning. You can repeat it any time you feel your energy is stuck. And every time you do it with awareness, with respect, with truth, not out of superstition, but because you understand that rituals are symbolic tools that communicate with the deepest parts of you. Now, place your hand over your heart for a moment. Breathe and repeat with full presence. Purifico mi energía y atraigo abundancia a mi vida. Feel the weight of this phrase. It's not a hope. It's a decision. In the comments, leave this phrase written: Purifico mi energía y atraigo abundancia a mi vida. It will be your seal, your vibrational echo, your commitment to your own transformation. And remember, abundance is not something you chase after. It's something you learn to let in. If you've made it this far, I want to share a simple yet powerful gesture to energetically seal everything that was activated today. After completing the ritual with salt and affirmations, you can use a second ancestral element, water. Water is a symbol of flow, healing, and continuity. It's the element that embraces, carries away what no longer serves, and prepares the ground for the new. In many spiritual traditions, washing your hands with running water after a ritual represents the conscious closure of the process. Here's how to do it. Go to a sink or faucet. Turn on the water and let it run slowly over your hands. While doing this, say quietly or mentally, todo lo que ya no necesito se va. Todo lo que me pertenece llega con suavidad. Take a deep breath and imagine the water washing away the excess, the weight, the subtle residues of what was released. This gesture completes the cycle, and at the same time, it marks a new beginning. It's a farewell to what was left behind, and a symbolic welcome to what is coming. Keep this in your heart. Salt cleanses, mint activates, and water seals. 3 simple, accessible, and ancestral elements that, when used with awareness, rebuild your energy from the essential.